Otherwise, they're going to, exploit you. And I think there was a few times they gave it to Lopez, and we were slow to rotate on him, and he was getting down to the rim. Javon Carter off pick and rolls, hitting mid-range shots. So we had to kind of adjust a little bit. And second overtime, I thought for the most part we were really good. I thought we could have definitely won that game, but a few little things. We missed a few bunnies at the ring. That's how a game goes sometimes. But happy with how we fought, and those games. It comes down to experience, and you can see, which team has composure. And I think for the most part we did, but they've been in games like that, for years. So we'll learn from it. But good fight tonight.
It seemed like you found something at the end of regulation during that 8-0 run, just with the rebounding and the energy plays. How nice is it to feel like you can impact the game in a variety of different ways depending on the situation?
Yeah, it feels good. Obviously, struggling in the first half, missing stuff, probably slow in defensive assignments. But second half, I was just trying to, impact the game, in a different way. And shots weren't dropping for me, so I thought, what else can I do? So I started crashing the boards. Some of them fell into my lap, but a lot of it was just trying to get extra possessions, trying to, provide energy for our guys, and just finding other ways to make an impact.
Jerry Ramsey, the franchise. A couple of sensational dimes. One earlier in the game, wherever you drop something to J-Dub. That's just setting up your defender. What did you see there? And, of course, that baseline to Lou to tie the game. Just kind of, will you tell, does that practice? Is that what do you see on the court? What do you see that we don't?
I mean, the one to Dub, I kind of saw him running in transition. I think it was Carter who kind of stopped running with him, and I just turned for a second and then hit Dub. But the one to Lou, those passes, they look, harder than they actually are. I kind of just throw a bounce pass. It's in a tight space. But, we did it all last year. Teams are starting to scout it, so we don't get it as much anymore. But late game situation, no one was probably thinking I was going to try to throw that. But, trusted Lou. He cut hard, and I just put it in the right spot for him.
Josh, what is the turn of emotions like for a team at the end of that first overtime when it looks like the game is probably going to be over after Shea makes that three, and then the foul was called against Lou on Lopez? Like, how do you sort of stay composed in that moment knowing you're going to have to go back there and play a second overtime?
Yeah, that's good. Anytime you get to play basketball, it's fun. But it would have been great to close the game out then. And that's what I said, one little mistake and it can cost you a game. And, big time shot by Shea, and all we needed to do was just, get one stop. And, unfortunately we fouled, but we had another 5 minutes, period to win the game again. But, came up short. But, we've been in a lot of these positions where, as a young team, we've had to be able to compete against these experienced older guys. And I think we're learning from it. You're seeing that we're more composed down the stretch. So the more, situations like this that we're in, the better we're going to be from it going forward.
Derek Parker, Inside the Thunder. It looked like your teammates really trusted you in overtime whenever you had the mismatch. Can you just kind of speak to that?
Just trying to be aggressive. I know, Shea had it going, and they were giving him a lot of attention. So, if I had someone small trying to take him, into the paint and finish over the top, but just being aggressive. As I said, the first half was miserable for me, and I couldn't make anything. I was, slow on both ends of the floor. Wasn't playing, how I should have been to help the team. And as I said to Gello, trying to spark, energy through myself and for the guys by getting on the glass, and that can generate, your offensive game. You feel better about yourself. So. I felt good, in the two overtimes, trying to just, attack when the advantages were there, but at the same time, play within the team and, try to get other guys involved as well.
Anybody else? We'll go last one, Yoko here. For Josh.
Last game with the Bucks, I think maybe from the bench, I think Joe Ingles was talking to you, kind of. and then you guys are talking today. Yeah. So what did you guys talk about today?
Just catching up. It's good to see, and anytime you see another Australian guy, and someone like Joe, for me, he was, a big mentor, a role model for me. And he was actually the first ever, NBA player to reach out to me when I first, signed professionally in Australia. So we've had a bit to do with each other over the last few years, and he's been great for me. I used to text him every day and probably annoy him, to the point I was asking questions before I was in the NBA. So great to catch up with him. It's awesome to see, in 2 years how far, kind of things have changed for both of us. So it was awesome to see him.
Good advice today?
Yeah.
Can you tell us something?